Hello, guys.
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
All right. You know what I found out this week? I found out that I think Powers Booth is one of my guys.
He was so good in that episode. I mean, obviously,
He was.
You know, you have a cast this good, and I feel like there's a tipping threshold where like everyone in the cast is so good that they push everybody else has to up their game a little bit.
Sure.
And then you just get the best of everybody, and I think this is one of those shows.
I've always liked him.
Yeah.
So I crave this show every time we finish it. We can't watch ahead. So I rewatched Tombstone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, he's amazing in this.
He's great in Tombstone, yeah.
Rewatched an old movie from the 80s. It's called Extreme Prejudice. He's amazing in that.
Yeah, okay.
And then we talked about Ultron with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Right.
I rewatched the first Avengers because I know he's in that movie as well.
That's right. He does have a small role in that.
He's the king of schlock.
Yeah,
He's amazing.
He does it all the time. R.I.P. my man.
I know.
I was thinking about it, and I got to be honest with you. When Sai is at the end talking to Joni,
yes,
and he's like, sometimes you have to show worse than you are for everyone to know.
Yeah.
Thinking about how the episode went down, I agree with him. I know that's really sadistic because it was a brutal death scene for those two kids.
You hate to
right?
agree with the villain.
But at the same time, I really do think they were considering both places, right, where each of them worked, and Dan really saved the day at Al's place.
In a roundabout way,
by
yes.
killing that guy. They were like, not this place. This place they're too serious here.
Yeah.
Let's go to the other place where the guy is just a nice guy running his casino.
Yeah.
Is ultimately what it came down to. It's less brutal over there. We have a better chance of getting away with it over at Sai's place.
Yeah.
And they were completely wrong, right? Al would have probably been easier to rob, not because he's weak or dumb, because he's obviously not.
Just busy.
He's just pulled in a million directions.
He's spread thin.
We literally had him scrubbing up the blood on the floor from that murder by himself, right? Al is so spread thin, they probably could have gotten away with it, right? And Johnny watching the place, and God bless him, Johnny's stupid.
And Dan being so love-struck, too.
Right, exactly. They could have probably gotten away with it at the gym, but they went to the other place where they thought the guy was softer because he's not putting on the display of violence that's at the gym. And boy, did they guess wrong.
Yeah.
And that's when Sai, he isn't busy. He can only focus on his casino, and he didn't buy the act for 1 second when it went down.
He was suspicious from the get-go.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right, And he caught it immediately, and was brutal in his reaction.
It's the dark irony of the show.
Yeah, you guys really picked the wrong place to go in and try to do this to. And he's right. Sometimes I have to be the monster so that other people don't think that I'm soft. Which is exactly what had to go down in that episode, as brutal as it is.
100%, and in this place, Deadwood, you can't be soft.
No, this is no. I mean,
everyone, is not that place.
Everyone kind of gravitates to Bullock because he's not soft. He's a good man. Ultimately, a pretty good guy. Although, let's face it, those lines are blurry for everybody.
Well, compared to everybody else on the show,
right.
The Doc is probably the only truly good guy.
Right. But yeah, everyone you still have to be. Even as the quote unquote good guy, respectable guy that Al thinks that Bullock is, whatever, you still have to be menacing to really be able to hold on to what's yours.
And I loved the parallel between Joni and Trixie in the last episode.
Yeah,
and ththese toxic relationships,
these saloon owners and the individual women that they completely keep under their thumbs
torment,
a little bit. Yeah. Trixie's kind of resigned to it, and Joni wants to get away from it.
Yeah.
Where we kind of left off.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. All right. We'll go and get started here. We want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us, and give a special thank you to all of our super patrons: AB, Actual Lurker, Balish Fulldesk, Chris, Derek Peterson, MTC93, Jamie Morgan, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Sudu Gundavarapu, Torger Lingstad, Trey Contreras, and WerePanda47. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here with us.
Yes, we're very glad you guys are here, and if you're watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we've coming your way.
If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or that we are watching, check out the link in the description below to our Patreon page. On every show, including Deadwood, we're at least 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. On everything on Patreon, you're going to have to sync and watch along on your own source material. Due to copyright law, you're just going to see and hear us.
Yeah.
Them two robbed my joint. That's where they're going to be dealt with.
Somebody on Patreon told us that David Milch gave him extra brutal deaths because that actor was super hard to work with.
Yeah. Isn't it weird? You're working with all these great actors,
Legends.
and you as a
an
unknown, you come in as a guest actor, come in and you're a pill to work with.
Like, why would you do that?
Why? I would have just been excited to be there.
Me too. Like, sorry, I forgot my lines. I'm excited.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, I'm talking to Powers Booth and Ian McShane. I'm about to lose it.
Yeah.
You know?
I just want to be an extra.
Right. It's covered in stinky mud.
Yeah. That'd be so fun to be an extra in a Western, though, just to wear the costume and to stand around.
Just be dirty all day.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see also, we know that kid's not leaving. I was really hoping the kid was going to get out of Deadwood.
I think she's going to be around for the duration, yeah.
So do you think that we get less of her and Trixie are going to be not as close as they were? You think it's going to be more her and Molly Parker's character?
I think it's going to be more her and Molly Parker. I mean, I think Trixie went back to the gym to go back to the gym. I think that part of her life is over.
I gotcha. That's really sad.
Yeah, well, no, it is. I think she had a job to do there, and now the job's done.
Job's done.
This is what you missed out on, Al. Mm-hmm. He knows it too.
He was hoping he eases up on her a little bit. She brought that to him.
Seriously. Just like when she gave him the pistol. You know, like, I give in.
Of him and his fellow lying fucking thieves at the territorial legislature at Yankton.
Ah, okay. Politicians are coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk to these cocksuckers, but you have to.
Okay, he's just like including her in his conversation here.
Yeah.
Many times, that's what the fuck life is. One vile fucking task after another.
That's his life.
Yeah. Heavy lies the throne, right?
I can hope those will be appearing on a regular basis.
I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Don't fucking try doing away with yourself again, huh?
Wow, this is like about as nice as I've ever seen him towards her
This
in
might
his own
be
weird
his
way.
nicest moment to her, yeah.
I think she picked up on that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for your expertise and keen eyesight.
Luck's what you want to congratulate me on, Miss Garrett.
Yeah.
I like Ellsworth.
Me too.
Toward a future point when you tell me my thinking's so consistently wrong-headed it's a waste of your valuable time having to... I'd lean more on what I felt about this fella than what I saw.
He's not much to look at.
Right, yeah.
Rolling into the lobby when all others are abed, bare-ass naked with shit streaming down the backs of your legs.
Sir, no.
Do you think I'm going to touch that?
No, I didn't get my pants wet, and nor did I soil the letter when I soiled myself.
It's...
Oh, I only hope you haven't opened it.
No, sir.
At least that eliminates tampering from the list. Just give me the confounded letter.
Odds that he opens it and reads it 100%,
100%.
or just 90?
100%.
Hearty congratulations on your new venture.
Take a while to find out if those are what's in order.
Give him the letter.
You should.
He's the postman.
Yeah.
You don't think it looks stupid?
Not to me. No.
It was good.
Yeah.
My brother and my father are aware of my situation, and my husband's parents. I've no idea as to the prospect of their involvement.
Think they'd show up? Yeah.
For sure.
I believe you got a big one on your hands.
I believe Mr. Bullock's on my side.
No question about that.
You need more guys than Bullock.
Right.
I'm Alma Garrett.
How do you do? Ellsworth. Johnny Otta.
That's one name. I love it.
Yeah.
Like Cher.
Yes, yeah.
He's dead.
I know he's dead now.
Well, if you don't know, nobody does.
I should have brought in a replacement, is my fucking point.
Well, you'll know better next time.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Al, I have hoped for this conversation ever since you give me that Indian head to hide.
Oh, Johnny.
It's so stupid.
I know.
It's such a wonderful role.
Well, you'll know better next time.
He doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Just smile at him and walk away.
Like, okay.
You gotta be able to sustain a thought. You gotta be able to remember a fucking instruction.
That's not really Johnny's strong suit.
Any reason I can't share with Dan the proceeds of the talk me and you just had about me taking over for Persimmon Phil?
Yeah, keep Dan in the dark.
Because he just said it. Oh, Quado.
It is Quado.
He pops
yeah.
up in a lot of things,
He does.
doesn't he?
Just say, this is the way I think it's gonna be, because this several hands fucking shit don't help me, huh?
This is very Shakespearean.
It is.
But there's a new treaty with the Sioux peoples.
People, that's what we're calling those cocksuckers.
Oh, my God.
But just as important is the presence of a ad hoc municipal organization
Government. Yep.
that would enable the legislature to say, Deadwood exists. We don't have to create it.
Okay, yeah, so government's coming.
Yeah. He saw it coming with Seth.
There's a lot of gold out here, Al. To define right in this environment is very liable to be an ongoing process.
Looks like he wants to kill him.
Yeah.
I should tell you as well that a warrant's reached Yankton charging you with murder in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh.
As the settlement status changes, you want to address that. I can help with that, too.
How much is that gonna cost me?
That probably explains why he's out here.
Yeah.
$5,000. If you don't mind, I'll continue writing.
$5,000 back then. Al's probably got it, but still.
It was still a punch in the bank account.
It's a good thing Trixie brought him that gold.
Right. I need more.
So your fucking eyes are still playing tug of war.
This is the one to look at.
Oh, man.
No.
If either of your fucking eyes takes me for hiding I'm drinking again occasionally, it's sadly mistaken, so desist from...
He's smelling things.
Yeah, he's smelling things too, yeah.
As if my flesh were rotting.
Yeah.
God damn you, preacher, don't start talking crazy to go with everything else.
He's not well.
And you need to think about some of these things and raise your nerve to consult with the doc.
Yeah, good.
You need to talk to him.
God damn you, spilling my cleaning water too, minister!
This is heartbreaking.
Yeah, this is hard to watch.
I am off duty. You're on duty. So you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, now she starts drinking. There you go.
Of course. That didn't take long.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to keep this to himself.
If I bleep when I speak, that's because I just got fucking fleeced.
What's going on?
Be in my joint in 2 hours. We're forming a fucking government.
Yep.
I can't wait to see this. I really want to see this.
Yeah.
Merrick! Jesus Christ.
Window's broken.
The window's a nice touch.
Good luck out there. I believe it's time to send for my wife and boy.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I was wondering how long we were going to go with this.
But structure enough to persuade those territorial cocksuckers in Yankton that we're worthy enough to pay them their fucking bribes.
Yeah.
Centuries of fucking inbreeding. Attune him to the necessities of the times.
Wow.
God, I love him so much.
You did a fucking good job here.
He is just a force of nature, isn't he?
I think it's the best TV performance. I really do.
Yeah.
Your room's put back together.
That ain't my room anymore.
You're right. I'm not staying in the murder room.
Yeah.
I'm getting out of here, Eddie.
Are you?
Take Eddie with you.
I think Eddie's done.
Yeah.
There's a meeting in my place in a couple of hours. I want to be awake for all the pillars of the fucking camp. You mind? You could use some rest.
I could use a clean conscience.
So could we all.
Poor Eddie.
I know. So she's gonna stay, but just open up her own.
Right,
her
that's
own
the
place.
plan, but
We'll see how that goes.
We gotta form a government for the settlement.
Who does?
Us. You and me. Come to me in a vision. You stupid bastard.
God. God. He is off the rails this episode.
Something on your mind, Eddie? You fucked me up, Si. The shit you did to those kids.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I want to come to that meeting. Come ahead, Eddie. Put the cards down, tighten your cravat, and come on if it'll cheer you the fuck up.
Eddie didn't need to be in the room for that. That kind of ended their relationship, I think.
Yeah. Like, why did he have to be there for that?
Right.
Like, he knows he's about it.
Right.
He's like, do I need to be here to watch you beat these people to death? Like,
Right. Eddie's a card shark. That's all he is.
Mm-hmm. He's a criminal, but he's not a murderer.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. This is my business. This is what I'm about.
That would be hard to see, though.
So hard, dude. Oh, my God. There's a chance he might be the wealthiest man in town.
I mean, really.
If you think about it.
Usually it's the ladies of the night that have all the money.
I know. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that in Unforgiven.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. Godless.
Godless, yes. And Unforgiven, they pull their money together to hire them.
Right.
Yeah.
Good morning.
I'm opening this business. You off someplace? You need an escort or the like?
No.
No, I'm more or less just walking around.
What do you think of this frock coat?
Do I look stupid?
Right?
Before knowing what the traffic's going to bear, I don't know what possessed me. This is the attire for that type. I'm heading over there shortly. I prefer to appear late to that type of thing.
Where I work is bigger, but I guess being that it's Mr. Swearingen's meeting, that's why they're having it at the gym.
I hope these two are friends.
Me too.
Yeah.
They're hitting it off.
Yeah.
It's awful nice to meet you, Charlie.
Well, it's good to meet you too, Tony.
This might be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I know.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Doc is looking out for him.
I'm heading for the gym. Hooray for you.
Of course.
Reverend is laid down trying to hide another seizure. Ain't you clever to see through this subterfuge?
Oh, he's crying.
Where a standard nap or any other fucking thing concerning me. And don't try and hasten anyone anywhere, because everyone follows their own fucking pace, and don't try and fucking hasten them. It's just one day after another with the same fucking seizure as if it happened a week before.
Yeah, it's getting worse, yeah.
God damn you!
Oof.
Yeah, it's heavy.
What did they pay you to hold that building up? Close enough to get you off for the position.
I'm in a position, you eternally meddling cocksucker.
About supervisor mail delivery.
Go away, Charlie.
Or any fucking thing else you want to do.
Yeah, this is really nice of him.
Yeah.
I've seen you in some stupid fucking outfits in my time.
Good God.
But that one takes surprise.
That's going to get to him.
Yeah, that's actually going to hurt his feelings.
Yeah. Hey, you got 2 out of 3.
Come
2
on.
out of 3 people
Yeah.
told you that.
I had this made in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Meeting outside when you're done, Doc.
All right.
Thank God there's some form of medicine there.
You're right. I think the brothel's probably keeping him busier than anything.
Yep, for sure.
Whose idea was them pears and fucking peaches?
Figured since we had him for the plague meeting.
Shows good thinking and initiative.
So we went and got more peaches anyway.
Yep.
Charlie Utter.
Of Utter's Freight and Postal Delivery Service.
Nice sign, blocking my fucking view. Take a seat.
Will women who pay the license fees have the same right to operate brothels as men?
He's there for Joni.
He is.
Well, who fills the various positions?
Pick the names from a fucking hat as far as I'm concerned.
I'd like to be mayor.
Objections?
Somebody should object to that.
I do on principle.
Yeah.
Mayor.
Whoa. There you go.
Well, provide a few services and use a lion's share of revenues to pay the bribes.
Oh my God. He's so slimy.
He is.
You want me to abandon the fucking meeting to bring in a new piano?
Well, I'm just telling you, come in from Montgomery Ward.
Oh my God.
Self-nominations are permitted.
Oh my God.
Like a gavel.
So he uses an ashtray.
Will we have some elections somewhere down the road? This is temporary, right?
Yeah, ad hoc.
Ad hoc. Good.
Ad fucking hoc.
So this is
Free
just
fucking
temporary.
gratis.
Yeah.
Can we just...
Free gratis.
He's so annoyed. So EB's the mayor now.
Yeah, oh my God. Mayor Farnham.
That's insane. Did not see that going that way.
No.
Nobody objected to it.
A fourth estate, independent in name and fact from the operations of government, is of the essence.
This kind of reminds me of The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance a little bit.
A little.
In the regard of like them having the meeting.
If I'd known then they wasn't going to have a sheriff, I'd never raised my hand.
I don't follow.
I only raised my hand because I didn't want to be sheriff.
Yeah, okay. I'm surprised they didn't have a sheriff.
Yeah.
Much as she'd taken to help him with that little one.
Big pull of that, going back to what you know.
Yeah.
You think she's pretty? Very.
Should I shoot my shot?
Right, yeah. I think that's what that conversation was. What do you think?
How much time you think that fire marshal obligation is going to take?
Fire marshal.
Nice.
More or less as much as your health commissioner, huh?
It is funny that he's the health commissioner.
Yeah.
Anybody else failed from them canned peaches?
Not to my knowledge. Why, you feeling poorly?
It's easing up some.
Were they spoiled or something?
You can get diarrhea in a lot of ways.
Yeah, true. Al's eating it, so I mean, yeah.
Right.
That'd be amazing if they all got food poisoning.
Right.
I've wondered how things were with you. And Mrs. Garrett and the child.
This is not going to sit well with Al.
If I did come, I'd buy an axe, a hammer, and a saw.
All fully stocked. And we never ask the purpose of a customer's purchase.
That was good.
Yeah.
You got to her.
Yeah.
All right. She's crushing a little bit.
Yeah.
But
He definitely has it bad.
he's smitten. I thought he was dead there for a second.
Yeah, it's coming.
Turn your head away, Reverend. Being sick ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
I think.
Look at my finger.
I was gonna say I don't know if he can actually turn his head.
Physically, he's definitely in a really bad
Yeah.
shape. It was like body control.
The not knowing the purpose is my portion of suffering.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any pain competing with the not knowing?
He's not hearing him.
As long as he wills, this must be my part.
Well, if this is his will, Reverend.
Strong will.
Good night.
Yeah, I would think as a doctor who's gone through and seen what he's seen, hearing somebody say God's will is suffering, I would think you'd have a hard time with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, the things that he's seen.
Right.
For a second, I thought he was saying he was having a crisis of faith, but I mean,
no, he
just can't feel anything.
He can't feel it.
How's that meeting?
All right. Been organizing for annexation until Eddie cracked his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
The percentages being the percentages, you play long enough. Your luck ain't gonna get no better here than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how casinos work.
Yep.
Now I'm ready for Eddie and me to have a little chat.
I did look around for places, Si.
I feel like either at some point he's gonna kill either Eddie or her.
I think so.
One of them, I think he's gonna kill him.
He's definitely gonna give Eddie a beating, probably.
Yeah.
Eddie Sawyer.
Can we keep this short?
Sure, Eddie.
You're playing with fire, Eddie.
Yeah.
Whatever does it for a fellas, what does it? Ain't that right?
I never did that.
But did you ever want to unbutton some farm boy's tentings and...
What is this conversation?
He's provoking him.
I want you to go up there and think this thing through. Imagine yourself up there with that boy. And like you were the other day, only this time it's just him and you.
Oh my God.
I want you cheerful and ready to help me with my work. I don't want you coming the fuck out.
Gee.
Why don't you volunteer for something that meeting? Why didn't you put your hand up? It would have kept you from being such an evil cocksucker.
Oh.
He's not wrong.
No. Si is unhinged at this point.
Yeah.
Wait on it until you ain't exhausted. Jane, maybe you'll change your mind.
Direction of this entire camp makes me sick. Send a dozen men out with their plague sores healed to go back to getting them on their Johnsons.
Gross.
If the subject comes up, explain to Bill.
I hope she's not actually leaving.
Yeah, I don't want her to leave the show.
I don't either.
Be a very, very casual exit too.
Yeah.
Do not fucking worry about me. And inform Hostetler at the fucking livery you saved his fucking life.
All right, Jane.
Check with Utter Mail and Charlie Freight.
God. I really hope this isn't a goodbye for her.
No. What an exit, though.
Yeah.
It's an amazing shot.
She says to come ahead, but to knock low as the little one's asleep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
The guy looks like the kid from A Christmas Story, Scott Fargus.
Oh, kind of does, doesn't he?
I feel it's exactly the way to proceed.
All right, then.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Is this going to happen before his wife gets there?
I'm wondering, man. At first it was friendly. Now there's some real tension.
It's pretty thick.
Would it improve your opinion of me if I told you I was commissioner of the Board of Health?
Yeah.
I see.
Farnham's mayor.
How horrifying.
Yeah. I agree.
I wrote to my wife today
Did you?
about her and my boy coming to camp.
You could tell that just completely deflated her. You could tell.
I'm glad he told her.
Yeah.
And the prospect of your family rejoining you.
Thank you. Good night, Mrs. Garrett.
Well, they both said the right thing, but you could tell it gutted both
It's
of them.
not done.
No.
May I ask why you spoke of your brother?
My wife was his widow. My boy's their child.
Oh. That was very old school, wasn't it?
So it's not a romantic marriage at all. It was just married so that she wasn't a widow.
Mm-hmm. I'm just throwing that your way.
Oh, so he's like, my marriage isn't a real marriage, is what that was.
Guilt-free.
I mean, kinda, yeah. Interesting. I wonder how true that is.
I think that was a thing back in the day.
In the day, yeah. I was just curious about Seth Bullock, like the real Seth Bullock. So I think that was
him shooting his shot.
Kinda, right? That was kind of him being like, he said it, then he cut himself off, and then she pressed it, and then he followed through. I think that really was I know I have a wife and son, but I don't have a son.
Yeah.
And she's only kind of my wife, I guess.
Entitled,
right?
Yeah,
yeah, it's all entitled.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's okay. So between Saul and Seth, they're both out here looking for some ladies. But also Trixie, I think her telling Al no, I think they might be headed towards like a legitimate relationship. Like they already have this thing where like know it's very controlling and it's abusive.
She seems to be he has the brothel. He has probably 24 girls there, right?
Yeah.
And Trixie's the one that always ends up going up to his room. Mm-hmm. So I think that theirs is I wouldn't call it exclusive at all, but there's an understanding there that isn't there with all the other girls.
For sure. And like it could move to exclusive. Like that's my lady, you know what I mean?
Well, the way he talked to her at the beginning of the episode, when they woke up in the morning,
he opened up.
He just sort of laid out the things that are bothering him.
Sure. And you know what? He wasn't that terrible this episode in terms of like what he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also like he's taking things by the reins. I like that he's running this meeting.
His running around town just yelling at everybody, trying to get the meeting together. It was pure comedy gold.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it
I
is.
drink 25 cups of coffee.
25 cups of coffee and too much fresh air.
And in many ways, I was kind of thinking he should be mayor.
I know. He basically runs the town, yeah.
Maybe EB being mayor is just kind of like a temporary thing.
Well, I think he doesn't want that kind of attention.
It is a ton of attention because he's still the crime boss.
He doesn't want the attention, and I think being mayor comes with a new set of headaches of people going to you for things.
Sure.
And it's not like he doesn't have enough of that already in his life.
And he kind of already controls EB.
That's true too.
So he could be like pulling the strings while
he knows at least he knows what EB's really is. EB's just I mean, he showed it in that meeting. EB's all about the money. EB's just a greedy little weasel. So it's that self-interest thing, right? Where you always know what EB's going to do, and you can always trust EB to do the one thing, try to get money for EB.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to do, you know exactly where EB stands.
He's kind of like a cockroach, honestly.
Yeah, he is.
I lost my train of thought. But okay, so I was kind of thinking about the insert shots of all the hands, right?
Right.
I'm wondering if that's kind of like speaking on like the hand they all play in the town and the new formation of this town, right? Because they all stepped up essentially. You know what I mean? Charlie's a fire marshal now. You know what I mean?
Right.
The only
Plus,
thing
he opened his new business.
Yep.
Joni's looking for her business. That was like a commonality that got those two talking.
Sure. But I was very curious about that. You know what I mean? Because there were several shots. I even think the episode starts off with Al touching the gold. You know what I mean? Like you see all these shots of hands. And then obviously with oh my goodness, Ricky Jay's character.
The cards. Right, that Cy took from him and then slammed back at him. Yeah.
And that was quite the blow up. People in that brothel, in the casino, they noticed it. They noticed this fight.
Right, because I mean, it was most of the employees that noticed, like the bartender and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like these two guys that have worked together for 17 years. That surely the entire time all the employees have been there, they've known them together on the same page. How uncomfortable it is seeing this rift, and I don't feel like it's temporary.
No.
Cy's like, do whatever you need to do. No matter, I won't judge you, no matter how awful or weird or whatever, to get your head on right and be back to who I need you to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's no way that's going to happen.
The seams are coming undone, and I think
completely, yeah.
Like we said, like you said in the beginning, that conversation about Cy having to show his hand, show how strong he really is.
Yeah, he had to.
It's kind of blowing up.
No, it is.
Now Joni's leaving.
Yeah.
Eddie wants out.
Yeah. No, the idea that Joni and Eddie needed to be there for that, like, what? I know he wanted word to get out about what a tough guy he is. Then fine, have your henchmen bring those two up to the room and do your little show and dance and let them do it.
Yeah.
Eddie and Joni should not have been the two people sitting there for that. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was.
It's not just
that's not who they are.
It's not just that he's showing how tough he is. It's showing like how much power he really has over everybody. And it's like, do you?
Well, he was severing like the two real relationships he had.
He's alone after they leave.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's like let me take the two people who I depend on most and require their loyalty the most and trust them the most, and then completely crap all over that. To really cause a permanent crack in that foundation.
It's a great contrast to Al. You know what I mean? In the sense that, like, Al has all these people follow him because, he is ruthless, but at the same time, he does have this certain charm about him.
You know what? And that's right. Like, Johnny's gotten punched in the face by Al. Probably a dozen times. He's gotten called stupid by Al. Dan's been called an idiot by Al. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all these people with Al know where they stand with Al. When Johnny gets punched in the face by Al, he's like, well, I screwed up. Al's mad at me. Yeah. And he knows they'll be fine tomorrow. That's not the same thing with what Cy did there.
At all.
By letting that mask down, that curtain down. Al, for better or worse, Al doesn't hide behind the curtain. He doesn't wear that mask.
He doesn't wear a mask.
And so there's nothing there's nothing there to be shocking. You know everything that Al is 10 minutes after hanging out with Al.
Yeah, exactly. And he also does rely on other people to get things done.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, he will give responsibility.
Right.
And he will take a chance on people, whereas we haven't really seen that with Cy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he puts, he gives a lot of responsibility to Joni, but like, it's when you blow up like that and you kill some people and be like, you're gonna watch me do this. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No. It was a line that again, I think it's all about the facade that he puts on. Is everyone was kind of buying into scary but reserved side, and I think that was probably the first time, as Eddie said in this episode, this is the first time you really saw the full mask come off, and that you sat there and brutally murdered people in front of me. Right? You've never done that before. Yeah, I've seen you slap a girl around. That's part of what comes with being a brothel owner in this day and age and place.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of expected, I guess, but that other thing is something else.
And Al kind of hides his brutality too, real quickly. I mean, like, we've seen him kill one guy, and we heard in this episode that he is wanted for murder in Chicago.
Right.
So,
I mean, I don't think he hides it. I just don't think it's hidden. You know what I mean?
Much more out in the open, like he can be this way. He's never going to beat somebody to death in a room. You know what I mean?
Not in a room per se, but I mean, like, it's not like that Johnny and EB and Dan don't know that Al's had bodies dragged off and fed to pigs.
Yeah, the first 5 episodes.
They've done the dragging off.
That's true.
I just think, again, I think it's the fact that Cy puts on the mask that he's not that guy.
Like, okay, yeah, that's good.
And that's what freaked people out is to see, oh yeah, this actually is who he is. Whereas Al is unapologetically Al. Like I said, he smacks Johnny around. Johnny's like, well, Al smacked me around again.
That's who he is. Yeah.
We'll be fine tomorrow.
So he's not pretending he's
not.
Right,
because every time Al smacks him in the face, Al gets over it and they're fine 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
That's just how Al expresses himself. So same with Trixie. Trixie knows Al's gonna smack her around every once in a while.
Everyone knows Trixie's hiding from Al.
Yeah, exactly. I just think I'm not saying it's noble of Al, but at least with Al, everybody knows what they get.
Sure.
And with Cy, they don't, and that's why things went off the rails when Cy killed those two people, because that was all new to Joni and Eddie.
Well,
I think
I think you're onto something there. I really do. And I'm very curious to see where it heads going forward.
Absolutely.
All these characters, all these relationships, how are we going to blow things up a little bit? Because we're headed towards the end of the first season.
Yeah, we're getting there. I don't know how many. It's 12.
There's
Yeah,
12. This was 9. So, like I said, we're headed towards the end. Love this show.
Yeah.
Amazing show.
Great writing, as always. All right, we'll catch you next, guys.
See ya.